And do you all still have that same great relationship?
Well, I haven't talked to Shannon because he's been incarcerated.
Okay, hold up. Your Honor, we would move to strike that last portion.
Yeah, please disregard that. All right. Give me just a second. Y'all didn't even get comfortable. I'll have to excuse y'all and see you back again in a few minutes.
Your Honor, may it please court, on behalf of Mr. Stillwell, we are moving for a mistrial at this time. There's been a comment about my client, comment from witness Antonio Sledge about my client being incarcerated. It is prejudicial to my client, suggests a criminal history, it suggests a flight risk. It prejudices my client. Also, Your Honor, I would just note for the record that Mr. Sledge, my understanding is Mr. Sledge has been cooperative with the state, meaning he's made himself available. His attorney, Mr. Derek Wright, is here. Mr. Sledge has been here all morning. There's absolutely no reason that the state knew what questions they were going to ask. They knew that they were going to ask about the relationship with my client at this time. The duty is on the state to prepare their witnesses to not relay or testify to prejudicial material, such as my client being incarcerated throughout this trial, and they failed to do so. That was a very predictable answer to that question.
Okay. I mean, it sounded to me the way it came up. Please do further caution him, but it did not sound like that came up as a purposeful question to secure that kind of evidence before the jury. It was essentially like, how is your relationship with Mr. Stillwell? Well, he'd been incarcerated. That could be, and that's all that he ended up saying. That could have been at any point in the past. That did not indicate right now he is presently incarcerated. I'm going to deny the motion for mistrial.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Get Miss Love talk too crazy by the judge. All right, and hit her with that second punch.
Did you testify that you began working as head of security for Mr. Williams, starting with his rodeo tour?
Yes, in 2015.
Right. Thank you, because that was my next question. Was it in 2015? So before then, did you work for Mr. Williams doing anything?
No.
Okay. And before then, did you work for or with Mr. Kendrick doing anything?
I never worked for or with Mr. Kendrick.
Okay. And before then, did you ever work either for or with Mr. Stillwell doing anything?
No. It don't make any sense to ask the same thing. I told you already I did never work for Kendrick or Stillwell. Why would you ask the same question?
I understand your frustration, but I'm asking you for the jury's sake.
I'm not frustrated.
All right.
Overruled.
Okay. And I understood you saying you didn't work for them. Did you ever work with either of those people before 2015? Mr. Sledge, are you going to answer?
I don't answer that question.
Okay. So I take it the answer is no? You never worked with them before 2015?
No, I already answered that question.
Thank you.
Yep. Hey, standing on business. On business, absolutely. But hold on real quick. What was Cub's plea deal real quick?
Are all 16 factual statements Sledge acknowledged as the truth during his December 2022 plea hearing. Number 1, Young Slime Life, aka YSL, is an organization made up of 3 or more members or associates who share common identifiers that include but not are limited to colors, hand signals, and terminology, who have committed crimes intended to increase the notoriety, street credibility, and reputation of YSL. Number 2, defendant has been a member or associate of YSL since 2012. Number 3, while associated with YSL and to support and express loyalty to YSL, defendant and co-defendant Demekion Garlington and Quindarius Zachary appear in a video with a person, AS, where defendant brandished a weapon using a drive-by shooting and wherein on behalf of YSL defendant threatened to harm a person named Kel, a rival gang member who had begun a relationship with defendant's ex-girlfriend. Number 4, on or about April 28, 2015, as reflected in Fulton County Indictment 15 SC 138994, defendant and fellow YSL associates Demekion Garlington and Quindarius Zachary committed a drive-by shooting using a firearm defendant wielded in the video referenced in Part 3 of this section, targeted family members of a rival gang. Number 5, defendant and fellow YSL associates committed the drive-by shooting referenced in Section 3 and 4 above on behalf of YSL and to increase the notoriety, reputation, and fear of YSL. Number 6, defendant admitted committing and was convicted of aggravated assault and participation in criminal street gang activity, among other charges, for his participation in the drive-by shooting referenced in sections 3, 4, and 5 above. Number 7, defendant was told by another YSL associate that immediately after the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., YSL associates met at the McDonald's on Cleveland Avenue in Atlanta, Georgia to discuss the murder. Number 8, defendant personally knows that one or more YSL associates committed the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr. on behalf of YSL. Number 9, on January 10, 2015, after the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., defendant and other YSL associates gathered at the home of Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, who gave defendant and other YSL associates cash money to lay low. Number 10, defendant has personal knowledge that on January 10, 2015, after the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., YSL associates traveled to Miami, Florida with co-defendant and YSL founder Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug. Number 11, defendant did not murder Donovan Thomas Jr. and was not a party to the crime. Number 12, defendant did not murder Shymel Drinks and was not a party to the crime. Number 13, defendant cannot truthfully assert that the persons charged in this indictment with the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr. are not guilty of the murder, and the defendant will make no attempts at trial, prior to trial, or after trial to exonerate the persons charged in this indictment with the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr. Number 14, the gas station at 151 Cleveland Avenue, Atlanta, Georgia, is one of multiple locations where YSL associates sell drugs and do not allow other gangs to operate. Number 15, the gas station at 221 Cleveland Avenue, Atlanta, Georgia, is another location where YSL associates sell drugs and do not permit other gangs to operate. Number 16, defendant has personal knowledge that he and other members or associates of YSL have either participated in or directly committed at least one of the following crimes in order to increase the notoriety and reputation of YSL: murder, armed robbery, aggravated assault, attempted murder, theft, illegal gun possession, and illegal drug possession and sales.
You dummy! You signed that. Wow. And Miss Love is going to get a solid C today. And I'm going to explain, she was cooking today. But she ain't had no seasoning with it. And it wasn't that much grease. But you know what? Let's just go.
I'm stuck right now because I don't understand what the street credibility is.
Do you know what fame is?
Yeah, I know what fame and street credibility, but I'm a person like, I don't go off fame and street credibility. I'm just basically, I believe in being a man, put it like that.
I appreciate that. What do you understand reputation to mean?
You're trying to uphold a reputation, right?
I can't give an answer. You have to give the answers, okay? What do you understand reputation to mean?
A name in the streets.
Okay. So how did you intend for the crimes you committed to boost YSL's name in the streets?
What's the name? Look. I'm trying to think how to answer this question.
Just tell the truth.
I'm going to tell the truth. I don't know but the truth. I'm just trying to think a way of saying it with the truth.
Say whatever's in your mind right now.
Ain't that in my mind right now, but what I see.
Okay. Do you need a minute?
Yeah.
Because we understood that this nigga was clearly lying.
Could you come back to that one?
No.
Every time you open up your mouth, you give away your ignorance.
To boost the name or the reputation of YSL in the street.
And is that a phrase that members of YSL, I'm not talking about the whole world, just members of YSL, uses amongst themselves?
Why you want to say they just use amongst themselves when I just said a whole world use? You try to make it seem like it's just about them using it when it's not just them using it.
Understood. But I still have to know, is that a word that members of YSL use amongst themselves?
I don't know how to answer that question because I thought I already answered.
Are you the only member of YSL that uses the word slime?
No.
Okay.
That's a better question.
Thank you. Who else within YSL have you heard use the word slime?
The ones I've been around.
Who in this courtroom have you heard use the word slime?
Jeffrey, yeah, Stillwell.
Are they the only ones?
Yeah, because I never had another conversation with anyone else like that.
Thank you. Now, would you please tell the jury who you know within YSL who have committed crimes intended to increase the street rep of YSL?
I don't know anyone that try to increase YSL. I don't know anyone try to increase YSL.
Did you understand my question?
You said, could you repeat it?
Yes. Would you please tell the jury what members of YSL you know who have committed crimes to increase the street rep of YSL?
I can't really say
Why not?
because I don't know anyone in this courtroom have committed a crime.
Fair enough. Any member of YSL that you know of who has committed crimes to increase the street reputation of YSL?
Could you put your question, could you make it better where I can understand what you're saying?
Who do you know that has committed a crime for YSL?
For YSL?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Okay. So who do you know who has committed a crime to boost the reputation of YSL?
Nobody.
Who do you know what the word notoriety means?
No.
Do you know what notorious means?
No.
When I say street credibility, do you know what that means?
I have an idea of what you're saying about credibility.
What is your idea of what I'm saying about street credibility?
Like basically they commit crimes to try to boost the name up of YSL. But I don't think that was the case.
Okay. Now, you're saying that you know of no one within YSL who has ever committed a crime to increase the notoriety, street credibility, or reputation of YSL?
Well, I'm not saying that I don't know a person that claimed YSL had committed a crime, but I'm saying they didn't do it in the name of YSL.
Now, thank you for clarifying, but my question is, who do you know that has committed a crime to increase either the notoriety, the street credibility, or the reputation of YSL?
I don't think it was for the reputation or the street credibility of YSL. I just think the crimes were committed by what happened to them and they did it on their own. I don't think it was because of YSL, if that's what you're getting at.
I'm not. I'm asking you only what I specifically said.
I don't recall. I don't know the answer to that question.
At any point over the past 2.5 years, have you known the answer to that question?
No.
Do you recall whether on December 28th, 2022, you knew the answer to that question?
And when I try to correct you on that answer, you wouldn't let me correct you on the answer. So
first, we're gonna get an answer from you.
I object to the commentary. Ask a question.
Overruled. Go ahead.
First, I'm going to ask you to answer the question, and then we'll get to what you just said, okay?
If you want to stay on the plea agreement, yeah, I initiate on it.
Okay. So my question is, on December 28th, 2022, did you know of 3 or more members of YSL that have committed crimes intended to increase the notoriety, street credibility, and reputation of YSL?
My answer gonna be the same.
What is your answer?
When I try to get my lawyer to refer, I throw.
I just need, I'll let you explain,
no,
I promise.
No.
All right, hold on.
You wrote the rule that Mr. Sledge can finish his answer before the drop.
Okay, but he's not answering the question that she asked. So she's entitled to say, answer the question that I asked. And she's already said that she's going to let him explain that in just a minute.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So will you please answer or tell the jury if on December 28th, 2022, you knew of 3 or more members of YSL who have committed crimes intended to increase the notoriety, street credibility, and reputation of YSL?
Could I talk to my lawyer, Ms. Love?
That's up to the court.
You may.
So my question to you is not at this point about you taking something as a gang. It's specifically related to YSL being made up of 3 or more people who've committed crimes for YSL. Is that what you acknowledged in count 1?
Yes, I initiate. Yes.
Okay. So how does what Gaither or Dennis may or may not have said to you, what does that have to do with whether or not you know about 3 or more people who've committed crimes for YSL?
I can't say.
You also said you've been a member of YSL since 2012. Your memory was refreshed.
Yes, because as it went on, it started as a neighborhood gang, but
It started, wait.
a
I'm sorry.
neighborhood gang.
What are you saying? Spell what you're saying.
GANG.
Okay. What started as a neighborhood gang?
Why is it?
All right. What do you mean when you say gang in that sentence?
You ain't let me finish the first.
I promise you I will, just if you don't mind. Can you tell the jury what you mean when you say gang right there?
What it said, gang. 3 or more people.
Keep going.
It's a gang, you say.
No. I can't testify, so it has to be you and your
I
words.
just said 3 or more people is a gang.
So when you say that YSL started as a neighborhood gang, what is it that you mean? That it just has 3 or more people?
Yeah, because, well, I guess, from my understanding, I guess.
So tell the jury what you understand a gang to be. Apart from Gaither, Dennis, or anyone from the state, what is Mr. Antonio Sledge's understanding of what a gang is?
Judge, I'm going to object. It calls for a legal conclusion by this witness.
No, sir, it doesn't. So I'm going to overrule that. She's asking about his lay understanding of it.
My understanding of the gang was 3 or more people hanging together. That's my understanding. I didn't think you had to be committing a crime to be a gang.
So continue explaining why you said it started out as a neighborhood gang.
Because that was my understanding of it.
Okay. And so then what happened?
Jeffrey Williams started a company called YSL the Label. Okay. So it departed from the gang.
Okay. So who all was a part of the neighborhood gang called YSL?
I can't name. In this courtroom, I don't see anybody, but you got a couple of us. I can say I was. I'm gonna say I was. I can't name the other people. I'm gonna stick with I was.
Who started YSL, the neighborhood gang?
I wasn't there when they started, so I don't know.
What is your understanding of who started it?
Mondo said he started. He ain't on this case.
Why do you mention that Mondo isn't on this case?
I'm just saying. You said who started YSL the gang.
Okay.
You.
So is Mondo, to your knowledge, also YSL, a YSL gang member?
I don't know. I never hung with Mondo. I don't really even know him.
So who did you hang with as part of YSL, the neighborhood gang?
Well, I guess you could say Stevens. I don't want to name the other people they did. I don't want to name the deceased, if that's okay with you.
Is Stevens the only living person that you know of who was a member of YSL, the neighborhood gang?
That I know personally?
That you know of who was a member of YSL, the neighborhood gang?
I can't think of right now off the top of my head.
Is every person that you hang with or consider a friend or a loved one a member of a gang?
Had they been a member of a gang?
Is everybody that you hang with a member of the gang YSL?
I wouldn't say that.
What makes some people a member of the gang YSL and some people not, in your mind?
Based on what you say, based on what you tell me. If you told me you were YSL the gang, then that's my understanding. If you tell me you were part of YSL the label, that's my understanding.
Okay.
That don't mean it have to be true. You just,
Is it your testimony that the only requirement to be considered a gang in your mind is that 3 or more people hang out together?
No, because I thought to be in the game, you have to be whatever they call it, jumped in, beat in, whatever you want to call it.
Okay. So that's why I was asking you earlier. Tell the jury what Mr. Sledge's understanding of a gang is. Outside of anything you've heard from the state, tell the jury what your understanding of what a gang is.
I just told you, Ms. Lord.
All right. You said earlier, did you, that it just means that 3 people are hanging together?
I said that's part of three or more people hanging together, and some other way they said you have to be jumped in the gang. That's why I never consider YSL as a gang, because you don't have to get jumped in YSL to be YSL. A lot of people just say they YSL and run with it. And then I don't think for YSL, there's so many different people that probably claim gangs. You got Crips, you got Blood, you got GD, you even got what we call them civilians that say they YSL. So all that can't even go together as being a gang.
Okay. So given what can't go together as being a gang, just tell the jury what you think, what has to be present for a group to be considered a gang in your mind.
Objection asked and answered.
Tomorrow is now the estimate.
And Your Honor, they have 100 more witnesses?
Well, no, they've got like 99 more now. I don't know. But yeah, we're going to get
Can
to.
I renew my motion to put the state on a clock, Your Honor?
We cannot put the state on a clock. What we can do is make sure that there is not cumulative evidence. She didn't do all of them. So we're thank you, Ms. Love. I appreciate that. We all appreciate that.
All right, Your Honor.
It's under consideration, and y'all make the cumulative objection, and I'll take it up at the time. Okay. All right.
All right. So I'm pretty sure that you guys watching probably were saying things like this. He shouldn't have admitted to that. He shouldn't have admitted to this. And I agree. He was throwing cats under the bus like he was trying to stop a goddamn bus from moving in a freaking movie when they be throwing it, when Spider-Man was throwing his webs and all that stuff. Or you know how they try to latch on and stuff. I'm like, bruh, come on, man. But Gaither said being in a gang is not illegal. So technically, is it bad? On the surface, yes. But it's not illegal. So what Miss Love has to do is essentially prove that it's a criminal organization, that there are structures within it. One thing that he said, that if I'm the defense, I'm going to bring it up. He said out his mouth, hey, there's no rules to get put on, pardon me. You could just say you YSL. But then he keep putting his foot in his mouth. It's like every good thing he kept taking away. You remember that saying, the Lord taketh away? The Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away. My bad, y'all. So, what do we see today? Miss Love definitely ain't no Hilton. Really would have been insane to see Miss Love versus Woody. That would have been, I ain't gonna hold you, I think at least 10,000 more people on all them live streams per channel would have absolutely tuned into that. But, Moonky Toonky, terrible. You get a D, bro. Because, honestly, all you really had to do is go up there and say, I don't recall, for at least 80 of your answers. Think about it. Just think about it. If all this stuff is going back to 2012, back before Jeffrey was even an adult, you ain't going to remember everything. So, all of the YSL stuff and everything like that, you could have broke it down. Now, he did have some cool answers, throwing up them threes and all that for zone 3. This is zone 3. This is zone 3. Whatever. Everything is zone 3. All right, cool. But admitting certain hand signals and all of that crap, bro, they're called identifiers. These establish it as a gang, true indeed. And I did say being in a gang is not illegal, but you still had to make it difficult for her to prove it. Now, that's just me with advice for him. I ain't never talked to Buddy. Please don't ever reach out to me. I don't want to talk to you. Nothing like that. But I will say he was a terrible person for the defense. It was a good person for the prosecution because what got established? Timeline of events. Somebody who was running around doing shootings. Somebody who's been around everybody and can say, hey, yeah, this is a gang. And then acknowledge that was 3 or more. Now, why would you give Miss Love a C? Because she was baiting him. And at first, it looked like MOUNK TOUNK or Moonky Toonky was literally about to do his little dance. But the more we got into it, you just understood this nigga was dumb. First off, you 27 hanging out with 16 and 17-year-olds. Either one, you was broke. You was an OG who was trying to set your youngins on the right path, which would have made you a leader and a founder of YSL. Because I'm not joining in what the little homies is doing. Bro, I'm 27 and I'm hanging around teenagers and balling. Now don't get it mixed up or confused. If he was out there hooping, yeah, you probably want to play some 17, 18-year-olds, you know what I'm saying, old school them and stuff like that. But nigga, when the game is over, take your old ass home. You almost 30. So it's instances like that where I had to scratch my head and go, what was you doing? Now, if they refer to you as OG and all that, cool. Or you was just broke as hell. Or you just kind of slow. Maybe it was all of them. Or maybe he just seen these is the next youngest coming up. And you know what? I can look out for them in that sense because I know the rules and tricks of the trade. Not necessarily on an OG hype, but more so on a hype where you know what's about to happen and you know you're going to have to prevent this because, like he said, we seeing Jeffrey as a rising star. True indeed. But he threw me off when he was like, yeah, I went with him to freaking team clubs and stuff like that. Was you on stage too? Because if I'm supporting my youngins, I'm standing off to the side with the manager making sure we get paid. That's about it. But your old ass standing up there, sitting up there at the doggone freaking what's the name is not it, bro. Like, nah. So I don't know, bro. MOUNK TOUNK, I don't even know what the hell that even means. So if somebody from Atlanta can, matter of fact, don't even write it in the comments because I'm pretty sure the police is looking at that. Don't explain what a MOUNK TOUNK is in the comments on YouTube. Just hit me on IG. The judge, I ain't gonna hold you. She's getting better, bro. I think what happened in the beginning was she was doing a benefit of the doubt, and literally started realizing more and more as this case go, you ain't gonna be getting that much time with your family. You're gonna be showing up every single day, and you're trying to get it done. And shout out to Weinstein for that terrible motion when it was set because he knew it was gonna get knocked off, but trying to press it. And Miss Love, you still got 99 witnesses to go. Can MOUNK TOUNK turn into be one of the most devastating witnesses against Young Thug? Hell yeah. And it looked like it right now. If Miss Love is able to weave it all in to make it look like, bruh, this was all planned, then good for her. That works. But I'm going to tell it right now. You still ain't hearing nothing about Young Thug leading anything. You just more so are hearing that all these cats just wanted to be down. You know, like Brandy say, I want to be down. I want to be down with these some Brandy ass niggas. They want to be down. And who can blame them, bruh? If you've been to Cleveland, whatever cats want to call it, ain't no prosperity there. You go to these outside parts of Atlanta, bro, it look bad. Y'all see decrepit ass houses, caving in, steps and shit like that. So you see all of this stuff, but also at the same time, if we be fair, square, obvious, and honest, this how it go. So in one instance, it looks bad. In another instance, if we stepping back, he ain't really doing that bad. He just dumb as hell, slow as shit. So Miss Love is gonna have to put that pressure on him. I didn't like the fact that he brought in Mondo, talking about, well, Mondo said he's a freaking, what did Cuz say? A founder of YSL. That she was like, do you even know Mondo? No, I never met him. But one thing he did do, I heard about Lil Rod, but I never met him. All right. So if you was around everybody, how the hell you know about Lil Rod? That part. This dude is trying to, and he was jumping the gun on so many damn questions that it was like, bruh, just let her land, take your time. And then when she kept on saying, why are you taking your time to answer? He'd say, because Miss Love, I don't want you to perjure me, and I want to make sure, this is all you had to say. I don't want you to perjure me, and I want to recollect my thoughts so that I can say exactly what happened. Miss Love, you would have got a freaking B+ if your dumb ass, when you heard him say, I signed a plea deal because my mama was sick and I wanted to see her and I wouldn't have enough money to hire my lawyer to fight this the entire time. First thing you could have said, I'm sorry to hear that about your mother. How is she doing? Is she all right now? If she would have lowered her tone, this literally how it should have went. I'm sorry that your mother was going through that. Is she all right now? Is she okay? Do you require any assistance from the state? Because we can't help you. You are a witness of ours, so we can help you. Brad, that would have went a long way. But no. She did the same shit she did to Ola Player's baby mama when she told her about her mom dying, and when Buddy said, when Moonkie Toonkie said, yeah, I don't want to mention Buddy's name because he's dead. And she pressed on for it, put in another slide, and then said Cuz's name. I'm just like, bruh, you cannot be this effing stupid on purpose. I ain't even going to say she's stupid. I'm going to say you can't be this blind to emotions so bad that you ain't catch it none. When the kid with his head blown off, you didn't catch that none. When the lady told you your officer was trying to beat cheeks, you ain't catch that none. Miss Love was cooking today. If y'all get mad at me for saying that, then y'all just got to fight y'all own biases. And I told y'all, yeah, I'm more biased towards Young Thug. Yeah, I'm more in support of Young Thug because I'm seeing it, because I've been seeing it for the last 2 years. He ain't did nothing. So that's why I can call out my bias and say, yeah, I support Young Thug, but I'm not supporting him because he a rapper. I'm supporting him because he getting screwed over. No plea deal offered. No bail given. No real crimes. Beat a bunch of crimes that y'all had, and then y'all trying to spin the bins on that. You think as a person who from the streets, you think I would support the state? Sorry. I'm allergic to stupid, dumb shit that people want to run with. All right, cool. So when we go in tomorrow, what are a couple of things we should be looking for? We should be going to Miss Love, trying to figure out how to get the hierarchy established, how orders were given, and how in the hell were other means and modes paid for services done. If she can establish all of that crap, then she will have cooked them. And her last words need to be something to this magnitude. With the whole entire plea agreement stated, and he probably ain't going to do it, they probably going to object, would you still, after your whole entire testimony, consider YSL a criminal street organization? Why should she say that? Because she has to convey that to the jury. This ain't got nothing to do with him. Because whether he says yes or no, it's not going to matter. If he says no, and she says, well, we walked through everything yesterday with your attorney of 15 plus years, and he said that you said that you trust him, so why make the switch today? And some of y'all are like, no, that doesn't make sense. It makes 100% sense, because you just said a trusted person literally turned around, gave you the best advice you could use, and you decided to take it because you trust that person. And then doesn't matter what he says, because one, you trusted the person to make that, and then on top of that, she got to say criminal organization. She cannot say gang anymore. She keep on saying gang. All they got to do on the freaking defense side is literally say, no, it is not a gang. No, it is not a gang. And then when the defense crosses, they got to bring up shit about him lying. They got to bring about stuff that he wasn't even there a part of. And they got to bring about the circumstances in which his ass signed those damn papers. Because if they do not, they will have failed in their mission for that one witness. Now, is anybody going to look at that as far as the jury and say, yeah, this dude, we're going to believe him? No. Will they say that this dude more than likely was running around committing crimes for Thug? It looked more than likely like, hell yeah. But once again, if he don't stop with this slick shit, he's just going to end up hurting everybody. Because you keep on with this double entendre shit. Stop doing that, nigga. You too old. You damn near 40. If you ain't already 40. So he got to cut that shit all the way out and just get straight to it. No, it is not a gang. I said that under pressure to get out. I felt coerced, and that's how I feel. I wanted to get back to my mama. That's my answer. So no. And when she keep on saying that, just keep on repeating it. So that way the jury keeps hearing you saying, I want to get to my mama. I ain't give a damn what was said. I just want to get to my mama. And if you wonder about my rich homie Quan and FANI WILLIS video, trust me, they're coming. I just had to wait for that damn body cam footage to drop because, hey, we are 12. Can't wait for that $1,000 giveaway. Please don't subscribe today, man. I really don't want to hit the bank account and dish them hundreds out. But, hey, if you want your chance to win, just go back in today. Make sure you comment. Make sure you share. Make sure you like the video. And you are a public subscriber or a subscriber, because I can see all the subscribers. I can go back and I can look. I can start the dates, count all the videos, and look at how many comments you have. And that'll make you automatically enter to win. That's all. Just comment. like the video, and be a subscriber, and you got a chance to win 1,000. And God forbid if you don't win that 1,000, every 10K that we get, we're gonna go ahead and throw another 100 on it.